God damn, we can't have no more damn breaks. God, we just got to.
Health wise, we can't help that.
No, we gonna have to learn. Hey, welcome to the Green Onions podcast. I am Common Sense Girl.
And I am Noah. And Anna, I think you need to add a little bit more energy for us to be back in the studio.
I know.
So, run it back.
Okay, fine. Let's do this. Welcome to the Green Onions podcast. Your favorite people, Common Sense Girl.
And Noah.
We're back. Y'all thought y'all lost us. But this is the podcast where we throw out a little nonsense.
A whole lot of sense.
And a whole lot of laughter. Let's get it.
Oh, Anna, I have not. This week, it's been my birthday. I've just been feeling like so sick. I have not been feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
I know you haven't been feeling good. So it's been this whole thing where it's like, geez, can we get a break to just detox our brains like right now?
Dude, we need to.
It's been too long. I need this detoxification. And when I don't have it for 1 week, I feel it. It's like not going to the gym for a day.
Oh, well, I don't go to the gym for lots of days. So, yeah, no. But talking about not feeling well, I was talking to one of our clients. I guess he's not really our client, but anywho, you get my point. Partially. And he was telling me about all this, like, black sea moss, and he was showing me these pills, and I'm going to have to show it to you after the show. But really, I think we need to invest in it because when I tell you we was sick.
You and your investments, I swear.
I know. And once again, another pill. You're probably like, damn.
I can't take, no.
Because we were sick for a very long time.
But it's like mushrooms. Like, you know how like,
I like those too.
But that's something I was talking to somebody at work about. Like weed at one point was very like looked down on. Like when I was in high school, like 6 years ago, it was like, no, like you're going to jail if you have like a gram on you. And now everybody has it because you can order it online.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, that is the next mushrooms because now like people are advertising mushrooms as like, oh, and it's like, bruh, like I was on this tip 10 years ago and yet I caught the brunt of doing the shit like 10 years ago. It's like, now it's cool.
Yeah,
now everybody, like every white mom in suburbia is like, yeah, I take mushrooms to go to sleep. It's like, what the fuck? I was doing that just to get through the night.
Well, just think on in your neighborhood, there's that one place up here. And then
that's what I mean, but
in my neighborhood, I have a whole bakery.
To me, it was vape shops. Like,
that's
vape shops. No, well, that was the edgy thing when I was growing up because there weren't any. Nobody thought there was a market to be capitalized on vape shops.
They lie.
Isn't that crazy? And now there's 1 million of them. They sell them at gas stations now. So it's like...
Yeah, my Sleepy Hollow small town, we got liquor stores, vape shops, and I mean, we do have that good bakery. I ain't gonna lie, that bakery is fire.
Yeah, ooh. I feel that.
Oh, Lord.
No, but that is partially what I'm saying. It's like... if you think what you're doing at the time is weird... but it feels right, gut-wise. Keep doing it. Because everybody else will catch on, and then something will happen. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, what?
Exactly.
It's like... Yo, I'm so excited to be... Like, me and Anna are so excited to be talking to you on this, like, October 18th. Because it's like...
We haven't done it in a long time.
It's been a while. And I miss you.
2-3 weeks?
I did miss you. I've seen you at work and blah, blah, blah. But, like... it's not the same.
I hate that I technically missed your birthday.
You had 107 fever.
Yeah, I mean, just 107.
You were in the hospital. I definitely was just like, Anna, get better. Please. For me, soul-wise, just get better.
You were so cute with your cake. You were like, yay. I was like, oh.
I was about to post those pictures. I'm waiting on somebody to send me the pictures for the album, the EP drop. So I can put those pictures in the group of the other pictures, but those will be on the Instagram.
Well, you need to tell him to hurry up.
Yeah, well, he's in Florida right now because his grandparents live there, and that's excusable to me.
Yeah, we'll let it roll.
Speaking of hurricane, wait, we gotta...
Oh, man.
That shit is insane.
2 in a row, bro. 2 in a row. Bless their hearts.
No, but also it's like, who's staying there? If I'm going to gamble, the last thing I'm going to gamble with is my life.
But they do it
The last thing.
on the golf course, they do it every single year. And I'm sure we say it in our heads every single year.
No, but this
like,
one
what
was
the hell?
bad, though.
They're all bad.
They are.
They're always losing
right.
somebody.
That's why, like,
Life
Florida
is being
pulled
lost.
insurance. They were just like, nobody gets insurance anymore because it's gonna get bad eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's every year. And it's not like they get a storm, it blows down a house, and no one dies.
No.
It's always fatalities.
Well, also, I figured out that, like, the stuff in Tennessee was around how, like, contractors had cut corners. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't flooding in Tennessee. Because we get a call now, especially where we live, it's like, oh, it's flooding. All right.
Right.
Who cares? But, like, in the mountains,
that's a whole nother level, honey.
when the dam overflows,
Mm-hmm.
and they're getting that same call, thinking, like, it's where we live, and then their whole car is underwater, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care who's cutting, I care about who's cutting corners, and, like, human lives are at stake. Like, don't be playing with human lives. Mm-hmm. Let's try to keep everybody safe all the time. But, yeah. Well, welcome.
I know, right? Like, we literally...
We covered a couple topics.
Yeah.
We've
so
obviously been
happened.
saving up. Well, I've had stuff in the 6-shooter. I'm, like, ready to just... I've been
It's going down.
But, today, the initial reading... Oh, I'm burping. It's happening again. Everybody, I'm sorry. It won't happen. It's just clearing out. The initial reading is from the Daily Stoic, which we have been reading together. And also, Anna informed me today before the podcast that she will be doing the devotionals on the next season. How long until the next season happens? Is it next year?
Yeah, actually, according to my schedule, yes, it is next year.
Okay, cool. So, cherish these by me until season 3. Cherish these by me until season 3. No, okay, but...
Yeah, that's not working. That's not a hit. No, that's not a hit.
No, it's definitely not a hit. The first one is The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. And the initial reading is October 18th. Frenemies. The quote is by Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 11.15. And this is that. And then I will read Ryan Holiday's little excerpt at the bottom. I was trying.
You always come
I
up with
feel like I
something.
got you, you know what I mean? Okay, the quote. There is nothing worse than a wolf befriending sheep. Avoid false friendships at all costs. If you are good, straightforward, and well-meaning, it should show in your eyes and not escape notice. And then the little excerpt by Ryan Holiday is that knocked me out of breath a little bit. The vocal inflection. It's pretty obvious that one should keep away from the wicked and two-faced as much as possible. The jealous friend, the narcissistic parent, the unworthy partner. At first glance, Marcus Aurelius is reminding us to avoid false friends. But what if we turn it around? What if instead we ask about the times we have been false to our friends? Ultimately, that's what Stoicism is about. Not judging other people's behavior, but judging our own. We've all been a frenemy at one point or another. We've been nice to their face, usually because there was something in it for us, but later, in different company, we said how we really felt. Or we've strung someone along, cared only when things were going well, or declined to help even though someone really needed us. This behavior, or that behavior, is beneath us, and worth remembering the next time we accuse someone else of being a bad friend. And on that note, Anna, you are like one of my best friends. And it's a very short list. So thank you for being such a good friend to me.
Same. I only have 7, 8 best friends.
But we have not all, like, had good friends.
No, I have not always had good friends. I think, well, I know, not I think. In the last, I don't know, how long have I been here? Since 2009. Since 2009, I have had good, genuine friends and people enter my life who gives a shit about
a shoot. For the kids.
I love
for the audio kid listener.
I hope we have none. I hope we have none.
None.
I hope
Please.
we have no audio kid listeners.
Fuck.
But right, exactly. But that really care not just about my well-being, but that has invested in me, whether it's advice or whatever, to be a better person, to be a good, genuine person, to be the person I want to be and that I've always been, but for whatever reason, haven't been able to either articulate it, act on it, for whatever reason. Like, I was the type, even prior to moving here, and yes, I was grown then too, but I would be in the shell. I'd be in the corner.
Yeah.
And, you know, now it's kind of like,
I don't have time.
People see who I am right from the jump. And if you don't see who I am right from the jump, then clearly
keep it moving.
Yeah. You're not trying to do nothing with your life either. You're not trying to, because I'm going to invest in you, you know. I think I've told Noah this. We had a coworker that started. He was a little shy talking. And I was like, next shift, we gonna talk. We gonna talk. We gonna figure it out, you know. You know, and it has nothing to do with you being young. It's just opening up. And no, everybody's not trustworthy, but you got to figure it out though too.
I do feel like in this, me being a part of the younger generation, it is harder with TikTok and whatever the fuck, and Sprint shit, like all the Instagram shits. Like, it's hard to find
genuine people.
Well, it's not even that. It's just the effect that has had on the mind when you've introduced it at such a young age to people. I am fortunate enough to, like, have been working in a warehouse and having people yell at me and not ever downloading TikTok until I was, like, 23.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't had Snapchat since I was 20. So it's like, I was able to see that that's bad mentally. Mm-hmm. But it's to the point where it's like, I can relate to them because I understand how addictive that is, but also the addictiveness of that, of just being comforted by looking at a screen and not having to worry about anything in life, does not get anything done in your life. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of it, because I'm like, yes, I get your point. Exactly. It's like, get the fucking shit done. I've been through more than you. I've done more than you. And like, for you to question me on something when I'm telling you to do something, because that's how I feel honestly right now. It's like, why is it pulling teeth to like ask somebody to clean something when I've just been like decalcifying the urinal with sulfuric acid? It's like, why is it pulling teeth? And it's like, but I can't see how they don't understand like the inner workings of the human experience. Yeah. It's like, just do it. Once you do it, and then you fundamentally like tie the job that you hate to do to just, I'm a human, I'm here, and this is my responsibility. Once you tie that to the responsibility, you're good. Mentally, for me at least, once I understood I just had a responsibility, I had no pushback. I was like, I get it. Yeah. And I think, because like responsibility as humans, we need that. We need to have responsibility, or else we're just going to be laying on our phone, like, scroll. It's like, bro.
And I think that's what's made it actually hard for not just this generation,
Well,
but
it's also older.
but just even people who's into that social media lifestyle, to be a good friend, not only to others but to themselves, because sometimes they're not good to themselves either.
No.
So I mean, sometimes you're just like, we good.
I also don't think, like, the people that aren't good to themselves understand the effect that it has on the people that actually care about you. Mm-hmm. Because you're not viewing the people that actually care about you. You're viewing the screen, and then you're treating yourself badly, and not understanding that the people that care about you are taking the brunt of you not caring about yourself, but you don't think about them because you're so engulfed in something that doesn't matter.
Right.
I was watching this YouTube video, and the guy was like, it's on the internet. He was talking about somebody, and he just said, oh, it's on the internet. It doesn't matter. And then he went into, like, a description of what was happening. And it was like a 30-minute thing, and after that. But that like, initial introduction I caught. And I was like, the internet doesn't matter. No. Anything I see on my phone, anything I see at all, anything I view in my life, you don't exist.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
This, me and you right now, is existing.
Yeah, this is real life.
But then it hits the differential of, do you want to live or exist? And then we're existing now. I also think we're living. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people are not even at the live exist stage. They're at viewing.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was fucking holy shit. Okay. That felt good. I'm sorry, I had to work that out in my brain.
Lord, I'm glad you worked it out. Thank you, therapy.
We went to Kroger before this.
Yes, because we have to get stuff for dinner. So.
Yep. Which will probably be like, when we start a Patreon, that'll be the video segment of that.
Yes, we really do cook good stuff.
Well, she hits me a lot. She just always, like...
Yeah, I totally do.
Bare knuckle, just right in the jaw.
So aggressive. So aggressive. My whole 5'2" self. So aggressive. So, Noah.
Yes.
What is something you like to learn how to do?
Okay, corny answer.
You can give me the corny one.
Corny answer, everything. But, like, ask me again.
I'm asking them again. Okay.
Well, this is the corny response.
What is something you like to learn how to do?
Well, Anna,
I can't.
Anna, there's a lot to learn. Everything. No, but actually,
he's really getting into his next celebrity life.
No, what I like to learn. Honestly, it is everything. I love to learn about literally anything, but it's by the teacher. So somebody that's passionate and actually knows the subject. So,
of course,
I will learn about fucking stones by somebody that's like spent weeks researching them and like they're passionate about it and they have conviction in their voice. I will spend so much time being like, tell me more. Because I feed off that energy. I'm like,
yeah,
give me all that, like, you care. Because a lot of conversations, you know, it's hard to find people that care about anything. They're talking about, how was your day? Oh, it was good. If I was any better, I'd be two different people. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't understand how, like, just give me, bless you, give me something you're passionate about. Mm-hmm. And just talk about it.
Thank you.
Just talk about it. That's all. I do love to learn. The corny answer was the actual answer for me, so apparently I'm corny.
I mean, I like to learn and stuff. But I think for me, one thing I want to learn more of is being present in that moment and not having those moments where my mind wanders to other things. Matter of fact, you were talking and my mind wandered and I had to write something down.
I saw it.
Yeah, I do it a lot. In every conversation. It's not just because it's Noah. It's everybody gets the same treatment. But I want to really learn that. I've honed in a lot on it, believe it or not. But whew, my mind just be wondering sometimes. I'd be like, I'm like a squirrel in the brain.
Well, like, squirrels chasing dogs, right?
Yeah, squirrels chasing dogs.
Actually, it was
or the
different.
dog. I think it's a dog chasing squirrel.
But I honestly think we're squirrels chasing dogs.
We are, because we're kind
and
of
that's hard. That's okay. We workshopped it. We workshopped it, and that is what it is now. We're squirrels chasing dogs. Oh, yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, the poor dogs. They're very like, wait, why am I running from this little squirrel?
Why am I getting nibbled on at my ankle? That's weird. And that's an army of squirrels ready to take that motherfucker down.
Right. Oh my goodness.
All right, Anna. I got one for you. What qualities do you most value in your friends?
Honesty and accountability. I want my friends to hold me accountable. Like, don't sit here and be like, oh, well, you know, I can't really tell her X, Y, Z. No, I'm growing. You're growing. We are in this world to be better people.
I am?
No, just everybody. But we're in this world to be better people. So if I did something or say something, check. That's not right. Check my ass.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and just candy coat it, because how am I going to learn? And
also,
especially
like,
we as adults.
If you're not pushing somebody to be better, how are they going to be better?
Exactly.
They're just going to be content and comfortable in their own little world that they've created in their heads. Like you said, we overthink. So it's like, you got to push somebody to think, I think this way.
Yeah.
And change it.
Yeah. And
because this will be beneficial for you because it was beneficial for me.
Exactly.
Because I have been your age. Or, well, in your case, you have been my age.
Yeah,
so push it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get why people are so content and just sitting there and crossing their legs and being like, twiddling their fingers like, the sun's out. Like, shut up. Just tell me how to be better as a human being. Why are we gatekeeping being a better person? And
just think about it. We check our kids. We discipline our kids and we tell them right from wrong. So why can't we go and tell other adults? Because sometimes, well, a lot of times we all have different experiences growing up and in life. And there's just things like we talked about last night. Things like your parents just don't tell you. You got to kind of figure some things out.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, we as adults need to help other adults out. Like, why are we just like, oh, they automatically should know that? No, there's things like you just kind of have to figure out. Your parents just don't tell you because one, it's not part of the manual.
I also think it's like a competitive game. And I don't understand, like, I don't know what age it switched that, like, in school, it was like, okay, we're all trying to get through this together. And we'll band together, hold hands, sing Kumbaya, blah, blah, blah. And as soon as I got out, it was like fuck you. Yeah. Here's your dirt. Here's your dirt. Deal with that shit. Deal with that fucking dirt that you got.
Exactly.
And then I'm going to try to bury you based on the amount of dirt I have on you.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, like, the amount of shit I've done for people that still come back and are like, well, he did this one time. And it's just speculation or bullshit. Disproved easily. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't understand when that age switch. If I could tell anything to the youth, it's, well, you can't tell people to keep cards close to their chest because they need to express it somewhere. But, like, just know when shit pops, all your cards are out there.
Yeah.
So just deal with it. And you're going to have to deal with it, but be ready for it. And a lot of the people in my generation that are on their phone all the time don't understand to be ready for it.
Yeah.
Or don't have the mental capacity. I'm anxious. Oh, I'm anxious by the situation. This brought up another situation. Bitch, do you not think That I deal with that shit all the fucking time.
But I feel like they wouldn't be as anxious if they were ready to go into the fight mode. They all want to go into the flight mode. And I'm just like...
Yeah, well...
and then I'm just like, so y'all in that punk-ass mentality.
Okay, there is, scientifically, there is primal brain. So, there is the fight mode. Like, there is the amygdala that guards it. And then when somebody gets under your skin, quote unquote, that amygdala goes and it gets right to the core. And that is the fight mode. I feel like there's a middle mode, or at least maybe it's in my mind. Maybe I got the new update, the new mind update. Thanks, Elon. But fuck Dark MAGA, whatever the fuck you're talking about. Wait, not like political. That shit was cringy as fuck. But, like, there has to be this middle ground of tolerance. Tolerance based on lack of understanding. If I'm having a conversation with somebody and they don't get the subject, I have to be like, oh, this doesn't affect me at all. But I'll just hear their thought, and it doesn't take my energy that knows a little bit more about the subject to combat that and get them more riled up because they're already stupid. So it's like, you have to be tolerant. There is a difference between fight, flight, tolerance. And you keep that tolerance right in the middle because it's really easy to flip fight, flight. But if you
in that particular instance, you don't think it's trying to educate them on that subject as opposed to trying to just be tolerable?
You're not going to educate someone on how to read and being like, read this. Just read it. Why the fuck are you being stupid? Read it. No. That's not how you teach. Or at least mine.
Because I'm like, you're like tolerating it. I'm just like, just educate them. I mean, because sometimes that's all they need is, they're not going to read a book. They're probably not even going to understand your view because, once again, like you said, they don't even understand the subject. They just want to have an opinion. They
don't have their own. They've just been spoon-fed every opinion they want to hear.
Off of social media. Here we go.
We should move on. I could keep going.
Yeah,
I don't even know where we were at. This is
we were
so good to be back in the saddle with Common Sense Girl. Let me tell you, it's so good.
We're here. We're back.
We're back. You got a question, right?
I do sometimes.
Let's take a deeper. Everybody, Wim Hof.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
Shit. Actually, my whole family can corroborate this answer. Corroborate this answer.
I can spell the word. I know where you're going with it.
This is a story. I love that you pulled that card. I wanted to be a stuntman. No, I'm serious.
I can see that.
I wanted to just do crazy shit. And then as a kid, we went to Disneyland and I got on the really old railway one. Mm-hmm. And my dad was like, just hop on this roller coaster. And there's this vivid memory he tells about. I remember it based on the lights in the tunnel that threw me off, the loud clicking in the lights. And that's the memory I have now. But he tells me that on one of the first drops, which, mind you, it's the kiddiest one. It's Disneyland. And I look at him, and I'm just tears streaming down my face, and I look at him, and I go, why did you make me do this? That's when I realized I knew I probably wasn't going to be a stuntman.
Yeah, probably not.
Off of the littlest roller coaster and hating G-Force. But,
oh, Lord.
As a kid, that was the thing. And then it was NBA player. Both of those are hyper, realistic in the real world, right? But both of them.
Listen, you can all do a combination of some form of either or.
I've never seen a stuntman NBA player. Let me just tell you.
I mean,
what about you? What was that?
Attorney and I'm still striving towards that goal.
Yes, ma'am.
Now it's just I don't want to be an entertainment attorney. I want to be a real estate or an estate planner. So I'm still going for that goal.
Yeah.
I mean, I got off the train a few times and decided to do other stuff. Got back on the train. Now I'm back on the train again. I'm on and off. It's crazy. I got a lot of education under my belt that has not shit to do with anything I'm supposed to really want to do. But I have
education in general.
But I have mood swings. Like I'm like, oh, I'm good with skincare. Let me go and be an esthetician. So I go to school and I'm an esthetician. You know, I just have mood swings.
It's that easy for you? If you commit yourself to something, it's that easy for you to get that? Because
pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
We have people we work with that it's a lot harder. Just saying.
That's true. But, you know, it is.
Which is the point about the generation thing.
But when my dad was living, it was kind of funny because he'd be like, baby, what we doing this week? What tuition I'm paying? I'm like, Dad, I'm about to be an esthetician. Oh, Lord. Then we just get out of school.
So you're qualified in everything.
Well, not everything. At this point, I mean, if I keep going at this rate, I'm just like, boom, boom, boom. Now I'm working on my health and life insurance license. I already got my property and casualty. Like, I'm just with the wind. But my whole goal is...
That's how I gotta live.
But here's the thing. The whole goal for me is to make sure I can take care of my family. Like, I know, like, in the Bible, the man should be the breadwinner and all that good stuff.
Fuck that.
But because...
They don't even let women preach. Fuck that. Hell no.
Well, I don't know if I'd be a good preacher, so...
No, but...
I might be okay with it.
No.
But I just feel...
There are some women that want to be, like, pastors and shit.
And I know, and there's some good ones.
Based on the Bible, they won't let them at certain denominations of churches. Fuck off.
But...
The world is different. Jesus was a carpenter. You are a man in skinny jeans.
You're right.
Asking me for money 20 minutes of your 50-minute sermon. So shut up. Let a woman talk.
Yeah, I agree. But in...
Feminism. In the worst possible example.
About 5-6 years ago, I mean, Jerry got really ill. So it's very important that I make sure I'm able to take care of our family. Like, because honestly, I didn't realize at that time, because prior to him, it was me taking care of myself and then my dad helping out, you know. Yeah. And my dad was sick the whole entire time, so it wasn't like my dad was like the most able-bodied, but he did it regardless.
The story about your dad is immaculate, and we will tell it on a later podcast. We will. But also, it's like you opened up about that like a week and a half ago, and I was like, "What a G! What a OG! Yeah, he's just crazy cool dude." Okay, but continue. I'm sorry,
but there was, you know, that, and then my husband. I meet him. About literally probably the same hour. He moves in, takes over our finances. And honestly, I did not realize how codependent I really was on that. And then he got sick and I was like Chicken Little. Like when I tell you I was Chicken Little because he got sick. I was Chicken Little because I was like, oh my God, I gotta go to the grocery store because like I said, my dad was taking care of stuff. So he would order me groceries and have it sent to me. Or my older sister would order groceries and have it sent to me.
You really did
so literally, exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly. So there was, I clearly, and I was an adult. So it wasn't like I was 18-year-old child. I was grown as hell. But I had these people taking care of stuff for me. And honestly, I didn't realize it. And I'm just not that type who's like, oh yeah, man should take care of me. My dad and my mama should take care of me. No, I'm not that type, but I became that type. And so I am in that making sure my family is good.
Yeah. So bouncing off your statement, I propose you a question. Mm-hmm. What made you attracted to your spouse?
I think being able to, his spirituality, but not only that, but his checking me. He was never afraid to check me. And that's the thing. You can be
a lot.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can be.
I can also be a lot. So
I can be very firm or very aggressive, but I'm not going to be anybody's punk. And I'm not going to allow people around me to be punks.
Hopefully not.
I call that punk shit out real quick.
You do. I know.
Well, because we are in a world where we can't have people pussyfooting it in life. This is not for the weak. This world is not for the weak. This, I don't care what generation you came in, it's not for the weak.
Damn right. I'm getting chills. I had a back tattoo that lasted way too long. I feel like I'm scarred up. And I got chills on my body right now. I'm like, fuck. She's right. It's not for the weak. I guarantee everybody in my life right now couldn't sit through what I sat through this morning. It's not fucking for the weak.
No. And I tell my 9-year-old this, and he's been through a lot of shit. But one thing I also discovered recently, he's a little bit sensitive. And like I tell him, boy, Monty's gonna get it together for you, because this world is not for the weak. It's just not.
No.
And honestly, looking back, maybe even in my generation, it wasn't for the weak. But then again, at the same time, I was naive as shit though back then. So I ain't gonna lie.
Which I haven't lived at, but I feel like there was a raincoat on, and then Hurricane Katrina is down.
Yeah.
You think you're covered up for a second until that first drop gets in.
Yep.
What is it, Milton or whatever? You think you're covered up for a second in that snow rain suit or whatever, and then the first drop gets in to get beneath the layer, and then immediately you're out.
Yeah.
So you can't fake not being weak.
Mm-mm. And
you have to roll with the punches. You can be weak on the first couple punches when it is acceptable.
Or you go home and go be weak and cry in the shower.
Exactly. And when it is acceptable age-wise to do so. But when you need to show up and step up to the plate and get a homer.
Bitch, come on. You better show up, show out, and then go home and go to the shower and go cry. But once you get your ass out that shower, you better dry that shit up.
Yep.
Get that little quick dry towel.
Yes, ma'am.
But and some of the people we have encountered
haven't been through the same shit.
But not only that, but they're pussyfooting it. And I'm just like, I don't understand how we're pussyfooting in a world of this great intelligence.
It's really easy to disassociate from me there when somebody doesn't have the balls or nerve to just tell me what's on their head.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me the information you want to know. I'll give it to you. I don't care. And then give me your viewpoint on it so I can prove you wrong and or take your viewpoint as credible.
Yeah.
And then it change my response.
Yeah.
But don't come to me with some bullshit fucking... Sorry. This is how I talk when... bleep, bleep, bleep. No.
Right.
Just make it a good response.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and think that your half-baked thing... I've worked there 5 years. Don't give me some half-baked response and not think I've already texted whatever manager was there at the time the same shit to get out of what you want to get out of.
Yeah, let's just be honest.
But let's boil it down and let's get to the root of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
we gotta be ready to show up and show out and live life.
Honestly, and at this point, we gotta work to live life.
Yes.
You have to. Until you hit the whatever.
But even then.
That's fine.
Even then, you gotta work for it.
And you still gotta work to keep it.
Mm-hmm. It's not just... No, bitch, you gotta pay tax on that every damn year. Get your life together.
Hell yeah.
You cannot empty the pot and think it's gonna stay full.
They're trying to drain you as much as you're trying to drain yourself.
Exactly.
Pause.
Yeah, exactly. So, but, yeah, this world is not for the pussyfoot and it's not for the weak. And so let's get it together, people. Let's want to live it. Let's live this life, whatever it entails.
And on that note, should I...
Yes.
The ender?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how long this has been, but...
I don't know, but I am super excited to be back. This has been fun.
I am also reiterating Anna's statement.
Yeah.
Or, Common Sense Girl's statement. I'm very excited to be back in the swing of things.
Yeah. It's been a long time. I think you said a week and a half, but I feel like it's actually been longer than that.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's really been longer than that.
I think when I said week and a half, it was a thought I had previous at a week and a half, being like, oh, she's sick. And that was so.
Yeah, no, this was the real sickness. My my sinus infection that lasted for 3 months, that wasn't nothing in comparison to this.
She's going through shit, y'all.
Me and
Hey, send donations to the GoFundMe.
that we don't have.
And howdy. We're at the studio that we don't have, and we're all
the studio. It has lights. We have one.
Yeah, we do.
We can call it whatever we want, but
cool. All right,
keep the lights on.
We're gonna
not Motel
close
6.
It out, right?
Yes.
We're gonna close it out. So today, on my very short-lived devotional period of introducing and ending the podcast.
Short-lived?
I mean, first season. My first season of ending and opening.
Short-lived. I'm like, what happened? I missed
something. Now I feel like I need to perform every time I open or end this shit. And you didn't tell me till an episode ago that you're gonna do the next one, which also I'm really excited for.
What makes it even worse is like we literally talked about it in like 3 or 4 episodes ago.
My memory is bad.
Because you checked me on it. You were like, oh, no. I'm going to pack it. Like, it was a whole thing.
Did I?
Yeah.
We're relating back to episode 1. We're doing the see-through, like, the listeners get to know how this is going. Which I kind of like. I don't listen to any podcast and get the same amount of transparency that we get with the Green Onions podcast.
That's because we tell everything. We have no secrets yet.
Hey,
one day we'll get
tune in to the Green Onions podcast. We tell everything, and there's no secrets.
Word.
What? Hey, what did the DJ name his son?
DJ Collie?
No, what did the DJ name his son?
Is this a freaking riddle? Like, I am so like dun-dun-dun.
It's a joke.
Okay, what did the DJ name his son?
Eric.
Oh, hell no. I can't. Stop it.
Shout out to Kaysen for that one. All right.
Yeah,
so
great job, Kaysen, but he should let you tell it.
That was such a funny one. Okay. To close out today, we have The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. I'm going to go to the middle, which y'all can't see this, but The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. Today, which I love this one. So, October 18th, Honey of My Failures. Anna, you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're just here?
I'm here for
Are
the
you
party.
living or existing?
Oh, honey, I'm living. I'm not just here existing.
Hell yeah. Okay, so, Honey of My Failures. The quote is by Antonio Machado. Antonio Machado. All right, and this is the quote. Last night, as I was sleeping, I dreamt, marvelous error, that I had a beehive here inside my heart, and the golden bees were making white combs and sweet honey from my old failures. And then, this being from Mark Nepo. She gave me the sick, y'all.
Yeah, I'm hearing this now.
It seems impossible, but every humbled life has cried it is so. The sweetness of living comes to us when the very humanness we regret and try to hide, our seeming flaws and shameful secrets, are worked by time and nature into honey, all their own. Ultimately, it is where we are not perfect, where we are broken and cracked, where the wind whistles through, that is the stuff of transformation. Like other people, many of the things I wanted to be have crumbled over time into cinders that have sparked the very next dream. And the hurtful things I've never meant to say have thickened my tongue over time into a kindness I didn't think possible. And each time I failed, at being what someone else needed or wanted or hoped for. Each time I failed at being what I needed or wanted or hoped for. Each failure at love has solidified into unexpected learnings. The painful shavings of one love has become the spices of joy in the next. They say that Cupid's shafts, when not landing, sus, in the heart, were ordinary arrows that wounded the innocent. Like Cupid, we try so hard, but missing, hurt those along the way until we land squarely in the heart. And when we miss, we are wounded as much as those we wound. None of these lessens the pain of our journey, but it gives me comfort that our failures, our unexpected stumblings, are the very human paste from which we are made sweet. Just know, when everything is falling apart, that you're preparing the ground of you for something ripe that can't yet be seen, but which in time will be tasted. I fumbled it. But hold on 1 second. None of this lessens the pain of our journey, but it gives me comfort that our failures, our unexpected stumblings, are the very human paste from which we are made sweet. Just know, when everything is falling apart, that you are preparing the ground of you for something ripe that can't yet be seen, but which, in time, will be tasted. Mark Nepo.
With that being said, thank you all for joining us. We are so happy that you have graced us with your presence. And
your ears.
Yes, your ears.
Graced us with your ears.
Yes. But we do feel your presence regardless. But thank you guys so much. You guys have a great rest of the weekend.
We have to make dinner, don't we?
We sure do.
Yeah, right? It's out. We prepped it before we started the podcast.
Yes, we're getting better at our timing.
Y'all don't know. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this mid-October evening. And have a great night.
And we're out.
Are we, though? I gotta log into the computer and stop the recording and...
Yeah, you got a lot of work to do.
Wait, say it now.
Say what now?
And
we're out.
Boom.